I need your muscles. Today, guys, we're headed to the dyno. Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are finally throwing the H2B CRX on the dyno. Shout out to Jeremy from REDZONERACE. He flew in from Vegas to tune a bunch of cars this weekend, and I am the first one up, even though we are about 30 minutes late. We didn't have a ball hitch for this truck, and when we left, I forgot my keys, so we had to go back, grab my keys. But nonetheless, we are here, and we're gonna offload this right now so we can get it set up near the dyno. So once they open up the garage door, load it up and ride onto the dyno. So let's get to it. That corn life. That elote life, bro.
Headlights on because we don't have any tail lights.
No, the tail lights, the bulbs are out.
Okay.
But it works though.
You're good.
Guys, today has not gone as planned since we woke up this morning. Haven't really spoken much at all today because there was a lot going on. And hey, how long did we drive? It's like 4 or 5 hours. We drove like 4 or 5 hours to get out of here to Bakersfield for IFO. SI brought his element. I brought my wagon. We came out here to Bakersfield IFO Streets of Legend, and man, we sat in line for a cool minute, made our first pass, and the car fell flat on its face. If I can sit here and tell you guys what all we were trying to deal with my ECU not loading for the longest time, I would tell you guys. I had ECU issues, two-step issues, and we finally got the map loaded back into my ECU, and then the car fell flat on its face. So we're kind of done for today because we're kind of far from home. I don't want to break this car again, and we're just gonna hang out real quick and you know, cook some food. We got inside here with some, you know what I'm saying, some, what is that?
Steak.
Some steak. We got some chorizo hot dogs, and Matt brought his grill right here. Oh yeah, also we're out here with Matt. And we're also out here with Mario, which, if you guys remember, he had the EK with the yellow front. He's actually back in line right there. Stock K24 EK with bolt-ons on the base map, and he's really just out here having fun and really just filling it all out. But we're cooking up some food. The place is gonna close within like, I don't know, like 45 minutes or so. So we're just gonna kick back until they kick us out, and then we got a hotel. So probably gonna head back over there and shoot the shit a little bit, sleep, and head home tomorrow morning. Can you guys smell it? It smells good. So good. Nice. More elotes? Here. In the element ran out of E85 and we're 90 miles from home. But we're gonna send it. almost made it to the hills. So I guess we had to pump at 91, just a little bit of it, to get over the hill and then downhill, and then we'll be like home stretch to get some E85. This is gonna alter the tune a little bit. As long as he doesn't like get into boost, I think we'll be okay. So control your big ass feet, okay? Control your big ass feet.
It's not big.
Yeah, size freaking 12, bro. Chill out. 1 gallon at a time of 91 octane for the Element, and we are home stretch, guys. Guys, what a freaking mission this weekend. We are finally back home, and the wagon, it drove cherry going to the track, drove cherry going home, but all the issues when we were at the track. SI's Element made it home safe and sound. Well, my home safe and sound, and not too shabby on the 91 octane, huh? Did whatever we had to do to get it home. And he definitely stayed off the throttle. He did fall behind. He was driving a lot slower because of AFR changes with the 91 octane, even though the car was tuned for E85. Regardless of the fact, he made it home. And let me kind of recap a little bit what this entire video contains. So anyways, from the very beginning of this video, I'm gonna give you guys a short brief of everything that happened this weekend. We loaded up the H2B car, and shout out to SI because he towed it to the dyno, and big shout out to Jeremy because he flew in from Vegas, and we threw the car in the dyno. And before I was recording anything with the car, we were just dialing it in. I didn't really want to show too much of all of the things that we like do before actually making a pool, so we were just dialing it in a little bit and all that. And the car was losing fuel pressure as we got up higher in the RPM. We were trying to figure that out for a little bit. We thought it was fuel, it wasn't fuel. We thought it was like maybe a clogged filter. We took that apart, that wasn't it. Everything is practically new in the fuel system, and we just couldn't figure out what it was. So we had a theory that Geith was talking about, which was running a Walbro 450 on a relay system and a stock fuel pressure regulator. The regulator might not be sufficient enough for the fuel to return, and in return it could push back into the Walbro 450 and blow out the diaphragm there. Another theory is maybe it blew the diaphragm in the fuel pressure regulator, which honestly I found that in the garage somewhere, so I don't even know if the regulator works. I mean, it works because obviously the car turns on, runs and drives, but it's just not holding pressure there if the diaphragm is popped. Another thing that could happen is the PTFE hose that we have from the Walbro pump to the fuel pump hanger. It's not really a press fit, even though we heated it up, we put it on, and then we clamped it down. It should hold, but even if we clamped it down, because of the small fuel pressure regulator, it could back pressure back into the tank and then pop the PTFE hose or something. I don't know. We're gonna have to diag the H2B CRX later this week to figure out why we are losing fuel pressure. But what we're gonna do when we get parts coming in is I'm gonna swap the fuel pump to eliminate diaphragm being messed up, double check the PTFE hose from the pump to the hanger, and then we're gonna get an aftermarket fuel rail to install an aftermarket fuel pressure regulator, and then we're gonna build a proper return line for it. And we're probably gonna pull out the injectors as well too and get them flow tested. They are brand new, they are a little old school because it runs a resistor box, and we're gonna get those flows tested to make sure the RCs are flowing 1,000 like they should be. And we'll get back to the H2B car when we get all of that situated. But we brought the car back home, and then we pretty much said F it, set our maiden voyage out to IFO Streets of Legend out in Bakersfield, and we pretty much took the Element and we took the right hand drive wagon and drove 4 hours down to Bakersfield right after the dyno. So mind you, we've been up since like 5 o'clock, did a whole ass mission in the morning, came home and drove another 4 hours, 5 with the stops, into the night to get to Bakersfield. We showed up 2 hours late, and they ran out of tech tickets, tech cards. They were like, well, we don't have cards for you. We pre-bought tickets online and you guys don't have our tech cards? That's crazy. You guys shouldn't have opened up the slots if you ran out of 200 tickets, which was the cap for racers. Man, there was a lot of cars. Yeah. So we ended up getting a tech card from the homie Matt. Shout out to Matt, because he paid for a race ticket, but he wasn't racing because he brought the Tacoma. And we pitted with Mario as well too. And you guys probably saw the booth that we had set up and everything. So I got Matt's tech card, I teched in, and then he ended up not racing his element because he didn't have a tech card, which is unfortunate. And then we you know, we went into tech line, we got teched, we passed, even though we had a crack in the windshield. They warned me about that. And we got in the line. You know, everything was all Gucci potatoes until, you know, the whole ECU corrupting the map. We had a corrupted map in the ECU. I was trying to disable the VTEC. I was trying to disable the VSS because my VSS wasn't working. And man, took us a cool minute to even get the map to be loaded back in. We had to connect to hotspot just to be able to load a map without corrupting it through the K manager. So we got in the line, we went up, and we couldn't even make a solid pull. I felt like the car was running out of boost. I felt like the car was sluggish after VTEC, and I missed the gear on top of that. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna front about it. Turns out when we got to the hotel that the VTEC wire of all the wires on the plug was the one that separated from the ECU plug. So that sluggish feeling after VTEC was just high cam map coming in with no VTEC engagement. So we figured it out, and the car pretty much drove home cherry. VTEC was cracking, we were smacking, and we're back home now. It's only about 2:30 or so, and obviously you guys saw the Venture coming home. This guy ran out of E85, and we had to pump in 91 octane just to get it home. But again, home safe and sound. He's gonna go and drive the 91 octane out of the tank, which only has maybe less than a gallon, and then he's gonna pump E85 back in it and drive on the full tank of E85 to clear it out entirely, then put another tank, so that way he can lay into it if he wanted to. The wagon did freaking amazing going there and back, just not so well the track, which is very unfortunate because we are nearing the end of the year, and there's only one other TNT that I'm going to attend, which I'm going to be taking Blueberry to and not the wagon. So that means the wagon's not going to be back to the track to see what it will do on the new power level. But I will tell you one thing I did remember on the way back home driving. My cousin gave me a draggy, so I'm gonna download the draggy, and maybe I don't know, maybe we'll hit the back roads or something. One of these days, set up the draggy and hit the back roads with the wagon, see what it does. So that's pretty much our adventure. Like Leo said, man, it's not the destination, it's the adventure. And we had one heck of an adventure this weekend. And remember I told you before we left, it's the drive that's the fun part. And I think to me, the drive was the fun part, because this car, man, it's fast, man. It's fast. We didn't hit our goal this weekend, but you know, it is what it is. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So I think we're gonna cap off this video right here right now, because it's still midday, and I actually want to start getting to work with this car because my clutch did show up before we left yesterday. So I think that's what we're going to do. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Whatever this video is, I'm gonna collage it all together, and I did kind of talk a lot in this back half, but I want you guys to understand what was going on. We're gonna cap out this video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this adventure. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you guys want to stick around for more progress update of this car, because I'm gonna get right to work as soon as I click the button off, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.